So the key inspiration for this work, titled Closer Than Close, I think I called it, was after reading the Blue Octavio notebooks by Franz Kafka, which is a collection of aphorisms, short bits of text that may have been projects for novels. So they were collected, I think, after he died. Well, I know after he died, published in the 50s and then again in the 90s. So it's interesting. I'm sure he'd hate them being published because a lot of it sort of, I don't know, I sort of felt embarrassed for him in some way, and a lot of it's the pathetic nature of everyday life, and but there's some gems, and the way that it made me feel when I was reading it, I thought, you know, it made me feel quite tense and worried and things. I mean, when you read other people's writings, it's good to have some sort of emotive impetus to do something else with that storage of information that you gain. So I started making photographs, this series of photographs, or pictures that I felt were almost like aphorisms or sayings about closeness or being insular. In general, I'm trying to communicate within the body of work that I make continuously is, I think, communicating emotions and re-observing elements of life, I guess. I think the most important thing about being an artist is not having to obey traditional rules on how to, what you're allowed to make, basically. So you're not governed by anybody telling you what to do. So there's no, well, there used to be, and most people don't obey by some sort of money exchange, and you've got, you know, nobody criticising your ideas, hopefully. I mean, it's lovely when people get it and you can show the work or the idea that you're making. So that's the best thing about being able to produce work, be an artist. Normally, I mean, drawing and sculpture is the basis of my art practice. With this, I used photography, but I went back to the old technology. So I used large format negative film that is processed by C41. They probably still do it here at the National Art School. Large format negatives are usually for landscape because it's filmed with a big land camera. Because I wanted the work to look big but small, if that makes sense. So it's very clear and the colour is quite large. It's also processed with RA4 chemistry, so it's traditional photographic paper. So it's a technique that was pretty common 20 years ago, which sounds like not very long, but it is now because no one uses it. It's interesting how there's block shifts of technology. Mainly I use digital cameras, and but I think it worked. I think because there's subtle movement with the photographs that are in Closer Than Close, and they're tiny, and I think with the large format negative you can see the tiniest movement.